topics of this part is the one you see on the screen, the description of heaven and hell in the Qur'an. A description of heaven and hell in the Qur'an. So in the glorious Qur'an, the last revelation of people, Allah describes in details heaven and hell. So you want to see what the practical applications we can learn from this description. So let's start with heaven. In chapter 18 verse 31, where Allah states, "These for them will be Eden paradise, wherein rivers flow underneath them. Therein they will be adorned with braces of gold, and they will wear green garments of fine and thick silk. They will recline therein on raised thrones. How good is the reward, and what an excellent resting place." So if we ponder upon on one kind of specific description of heaven, is that Allah says people will wear green garments of fine and thick silk, green garments. So the question arises, why Allah God Almighty specified the color of the garments or the clothes of the people of heaven? He could have said like they will wear like kind of fine and thick silk, but why specify the color of the clothes that it's green? There should be a significance in this, because the Qur'an is a very concentrated book. Every word, every letter is for a purpose. So when Allah says green, there is a kind of a sign in this, something you can learn. Another verse to ponder upon, verse number 76 of chapter 55 of the Qur'an, which reads, "Reclining on green cushions and rich, beautiful matrices." So again, specifying the color of the cushions in heaven, green. So again, the color green keeps repeating. So what's the significance of this? Now, if we ponder upon the Qur'an, we understand that heaven, it's a place where people are in kind of ultimate happiness and ultimate comfort. So the green color should be something that will aid in this comfort and will increase this kind of happiness. And if you ponder upon the green color, now it is scientifically proven that when a person sees scenery with predominant green color, it has a physiological effect on the body. Some of these effects lowers heart rate, lowers blood pressure, and relaxes muscles. So this is scientifically proven. Like looking at something which is predominantly green, it will lower your heart rate, lower your blood pressure, and relax your muscles, meaning giving you a feeling of comfort and happiness. So now we understand why the predominant color of heaven is green. So what practical applications we can learn from this? Now, a lot of doctors, they recommend now for a person to look at a green meadow or sceneries with green kind of color to lower their blood pressure, to relax their muscles. So you have a practical applications. Now, another application, when you are working on a computer, you can use green wallpaper or sceneries with the green color to relax your eyes. So you can see how the Qur'an is practical. The book of Allah, God Almighty, is practical, and every word is for a reason. Another application of green color we learn by pondering upon verse number 20 of chapter 76 of the Qur'an, which reads, "And when you look there and then look, you will see a delight and a great dominion." So Allah is telling us that in heaven, when you look and you then look, you see a delight and a great dominion. Now we see in this verse the verb look is repeated. When you look therein and then look, the verb look is repeated. Meaning, one of the meanings of this, that it's easy for you to see in paradise. You can look and you can see kind of far distances in paradise. Does the green color have to do anything with this? Yes, it does. If we analyze the human eye, we see that Allah placed in the eye kind of light sensitive cells or elements in the eye. Now when you analyze the kind of the sensitivity of your eye, you see that it is maximally sensitive to green color, which is about 550 nanometers. That's the wavelength of green color. So your light so your eye is maximally sensitive to green light. What does this mean? This means that your eye can see green objects more easily than other colors and with a farther distance. For example, if you have a green plate, let's say 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, and you have the same dimensions, 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, but a red plate, you can see, suppose that the red plate is here, you can see the green plate from a distance which is 3 times the distance of the red plate. So you can see objects that are green at a further distance and with more clarity. So that's one of the reasons why Allah says in the verse, He repeats the verb look, that it's easy for you to look in Arabic because it's predominantly green, so your eye can see things with maximum comfort and with a greater distance. So what practical applications we can learn from this? For example, in road signs. Now in road signs, now people after years of trial and error, what Allah tells us in the Qur'an in a matter of minutes, they found by years of trial and error that if we use road signs with green kind of color, the driver can see these signs with more comfort on his eyes and from a greater distance. So now it's used, these green colors, the road signs are changing to green, and that's what Allah teaches us in the Qur'an in a matter of minutes. But as I said, because the majority of Muslims, they deserted the Qur'an, they find themselves humiliated receivers of others. Another example, fire trucks, the common kind of color of fire trucks is red. Now the worst kind of choice if you want to paint a fire truck is the red color, because your eye has least sensitivity to that color. So in the night, it's very difficult to see something which is colored in red for the eye. So people, after years of trial and error, they found that if they paint the fire trucks with green, it's the best choice. As you can see, this is the new kind of fire trucks, and even ambulances, they color them with green as well, to make it easy for people to see the truck from a distance, and see it from a distance to kind of to reduce accidents in the road, because they are moving in a very fast speed in the roads. So if you see them, you can take your precautions. So this is the kind of the part of the description of heaven in the Quran, and we saw the practical applications of this. Now let's see the description of hellfire, hell in the Quran. So in chapter 77, verses 31 to 33, Allah says, "Neither shady nor of any use against the fierce flame of the fire. Verily, it throws sparks as a fort, as if they were yellow camels." So Allah is telling us in this verse, describing to us the flames in the hellfire, and He's giving us the color of the flames, yellow, and so the flames are yellowish, reddish, yellow and red kind of color. So the flames in the hellfire, they have yellow color to red, yellow and reddish kind of yellow. Now, we understood from the Quran that heaven is a place of maximum comfort and happiness. Now the opposite is hell, is the place of maximum discomfort, maximum pain, and maximum unhappiness. So the effect of the green color should be opposite to that of the red color, or the light, or the yellow reddish color. So that's scientifically proven that what's the effect of red color on humans? It has physiological effects. It decreases heart rate, increases blood pressure, and stiffens the muscles. You are uneasy when you see a scene which is predominantly red. So in hellfire, besides in addition to all the pain and all the torment, just seeing the color of heaven, just seeing the color of hell, will increase the pain and torment of a person, increases blood pressure, heart rate, and stiffens the muscles. So we can see, brothers and sisters, so what practical applications of this? Now, it's the opposite of the green. So avoid using signs with predominantly red color. Don't look for long periods of time of something which is red, predominant red, because that will increase the strain on your eyes. Because your eyes has the least sensitivity to red color. So in order to see something which is red, your eyes need to focus and to need extra mechanisms to get the clarity just right. So the applications of the description of hell in the Quran are opposite to that of heaven.